different mixes of that. So I think they have some Kevlar parts to it. So it's just amazing. And I think the next step that you will see that's showing up both in soccer and basketball, you have shoes with sensors in them, so you can record how high a basketball player jumps, and you feed everything up to your phone, which is more or less a computer. So you have, and they have made sticks in test sticks in Finland, where they put sensors on, so the stick can feel what's going on, and you can have it sent up here. They're not really on the market yet, but the shoes with sensors in, they are on the market.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I think one of that black guy played basketball in Florida. He's got some shoes on the market now.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't, but
Yes.
with his name, they sell for $300.
Yes.
I don't know how in the world.
No, so I don't know where everything this goes, because it seems like everything will be connected and it will be an overflow of data.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it ends up. But it's development, I guess. I don't know.
Somebody's got a lot of time.
Yes. But I think this is so crucial and important just right now to get them to play, because there's so many kids sitting in front of computers and they're just stuck there. So.
Yeah.
And you also have the latest obesity figures, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Too much beer, huh?
Yeah.
No, but I read a little article that says that 20, 30, 50% of the Americans will be considered to be obese.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
I read those same figures.
Yes, that's... I want a copy of this. How do I do that? Can I take copies here?
Yeah, the copy service, I'm not sure how it works, if it's per thing, per page, per day.
Should I go and ask them?
Actually, I think might be a form you fill out for the copy.
I don't know if I've got another copy of that at home.
No, I wouldn't take your copy. I'll go and ask them.
So until he contacted you, when was the last time that you thought about plastic sticks?
Well, a while.
Yeah.
Although I did have a guy, and again, he was from Sweden, call me last year, early this year? No, I guess it was last year. Anyway, he wanted to write a book about the history of sport balls of all kinds. You know, when did basketballs, footballs, golf balls, you know, what is the history? And he wanted to know about plastic balls only. He didn't care about hockey or anything like that. So I went through a lot of the same stuff with him. I don't know if he's gonna, I hope he sends me a book when he gets done.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know. Because like foam balls, that was a big thing in Sweden.
Yes.
They made some of the best in the world.
Oh, I'm not familiar with them.
Well, Germany, I guess, was where it started.
Okay. Foam balls, what do they use that for?
Well, they used it for play balls. Kids wouldn't get hurt. And they used them with a racket. In fact, they're using the plastic balls. You've probably never heard of pickleball?
Nope.
Well, they use a short racket, about that long. No, you use a paddle. And then they use like the holy ball that we've got for this. And they play it on it with a low net like tennis in a much smaller court. And play it in a gymnasium or, well, anywhere where there's a hard floor. And it played like tennis. I can't remember what the difference is in scoring, but there is a difference. But I know the senior home in Minnetonka they have pickleball now as an organized game.
Yeah.
Because older people they don't have to, run as far.
Right.
And it's not as active as tennis. And that's gotten to be a pretty big sport around the country.
So what year was the golf ball first, the practice golf ball?
First practice golf ball was made in 1948.
48, okay, so.
And the first time it really got started marketing was 49. And then I went to work for my cousin in 1950.
This is so incredible because it's not just floorball history, it's like golf history, it's like floor hockey
Yeah.
history.
And polyethylene, it's the first time, well, like I said, it was the first time it had ever been sealed. Because polyethylene was a material that was developed in Germany back in the 30s. And it was developed because it was flexible. It was developed as an insulation on wire. And it was actually developed for the military. So when they were going across the battlefield and, running a wire for contacting each other, this would flex even in the winter. Well, then I don't know what it got used for next, but when they were trying to come up with this practice, because the first practice golf balls they made were made of real hard materials, and they would go almost as far as a regular ball. And so then they said, well, we got to have some flex. And then little by little, trial and error, they finally came up with polyethylene. Of course, then they got faced with that problem of sealing it. And it took heat to do it. So that's the history.
Now we know.
Yeah. And then, of course, after that, a number of years after that, we started making containers. What's the big plastic container?
Tupperware?
Tupperware. We started, that was polyethylene, because they could make covers that would snap on and flex.
This is store displays, right?
Yeah.
But since the sticks were mainly sold through schools, there were no store displays, or did they have
Well,
store displays for sticks too?
We had some, but the hockey was really not a retail item.
Okay.
And these, I've never seen a store with this display.
Okay, okay.
We did this at trade shows.
Yes.
To
Okay.
try to have a mass
Yes,
display.
yes, I follow you.
And that was one of the real early catalog sheets, because the golf ball was new then. Then we came up with this golf tee that could be trimmed down, and you could have a different heights for it.
The holes in the fun ball, how many holes?
I don't know.
I know.
26?
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
Correct. That's perfect. That's really good. It is.
And they were punched.
26.
At first, they were punched.
Yes. The layout, is there some idea behind that, or just that they wanted to have, because I know it's like five, and then you have a ream around it.
I think they were trying to make them equidistant,
Okay,
but you couldn't
okay,
completely, but it's fairly close.
yes. I've seen some versions where they actually seal them over a hole too, but I don't think that really lasted that very long. And there were also
Yeah, the
football.
We sold a lot of them, but that wasn't real good, because of that conical shape. It got pretty hard at the end,
Okay,
and so when you're passing that,
okay.
and catch it, it hurt.
Yes, yes.
That's what I had with my dad growing up, was one of those.
Was that right?
I was gonna say that the first toy that I ever had was the practice golf balls. My
Oh.
dad wanted me to be a baseball player.
Oh,
So the
sure.
practice golf balls were the right size for a baby.
Yeah.
So he put a bunch in my crib. And now I use a stick, not a baseball bat.
Yeah.
This could almost be a map for floorball in the United States too. You have activity in Austin, Dallas, you have throughout California. There is little activity, not very much in Wisconsin, it's more or less me, and there's, I'd say 2 groups in Chicago. Functional hockey just started. Bruce Turpin,
Yeah.
he's a hockey guy,
Yep.
so he might come next year.
They played quite a bit in Milwaukee.
Yes. Yes.
And up in Green Bay, I know they played.
Yes.
Appleton and Green Bay.
Good. I know that the Sauk Prairie hockey also plays floorball right now, but I've tried to contact them. I know sticks been delivered, but I don't really know what's going on. There is one guy in Tampa that's trying to do something. He's a hockey guy, regular hockey. There's something going on in Pensacola. There's a Finnish guy doing things down at Palm Beach.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a group in New York. There's 2 groups in Pennsylvania. You have Carnegie Mellon. It was started by a guy from Singapore. And then you have Boston. They're going to probably announce Massachusetts championship this year, I think.
Oh.
And I will probably change the name here to a Midwestern championship, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. But I don't know if the federation will like that. So we're trying to.
Now, which federation is that?
There is a federation called the United States Floorball Federation, correct?
Oh,
You know better than I do.
Yeah. That's what it's called. And they have national teams. You have a female and a male U.S. national team. And you have players from Minnesota on the female team.
Mm-hmm.
Large part of those teams are otherwise Europeans with dual passports.
yeah.
And I think we should have Americans, even if I don't have an American passport myself. But
Well, I know they play floor hockey in quite a few of the Minneapolis schools.
yes.
Although that, amazingly, since we were local, it took a long time to get
Yeah.
thinking hockey.
Was there something more there, or?
Oh, here, I'll put this one back and I'll show you the first one's more in the office things.
Okay.
Maybe you'll know more if it's worth looking at, or
Jim Kolsinski, he was our advertising manager. Yeah. Yeah, these were people that worked for us. Bill Lookabout, he was our agent on the West Coast. He's no longer alive either. Thank goodness, I don't remember that one.
Was that racing products or no?
What?
Was that racing?
No, it was, I don't understand. It's just to carry the theme way out front,
Okay.
that this was a new product way out front of,
Okay.
boy, were we good. Yeah, these are all inside memos.
Did you have any competition? Competitors?
Not for quite a long time. Well, wiffle ball, in the ball business,
Yes,
they
yes.
came on very strong because apparently out east, they played a game in
Okay.
crowded cities called wiffle, where they'd throw a ball against the steps and it would come back at them.
Okay.
And for some reason, I got the name wiffle.
Okay.
And so they'd whiff if they missed
Okay,
or
okay.
something.
All right.
But we didn't, we went several years without competition, but then some of the other sporting goods companies,
Did they make sticks too then, or
no,
no?
There's a name of a company called Shield
Okay.
up in New York. They never made the round stick.
Okay.
They've got several designs of straight,
Okay.
straight blade
Yeah.
sticks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're pretty big around the country in the
Yeah.
schools. think they're in Tonawanda, New York. Yeah, this is just all,
A lot of them say Phil on them. Were they things that you got copies of? A lot of them were handwritten in the corner. Was there a secretary who was saving copies of this stuff?
yeah, yeah, I don't know what years these were, but I was office manager, then I became president of the division, and so usually if these, if there was stuff circulating, I usually got a copy of it, what was going on.
And the division would be toys division, or?
Well, we were the Carlson division
Okay. Within Sharper?
within Shopper, and then, well,
IT.
before that, ITG Thermotech,
Okay. Thermotech.
we were a division.
So ITT Thermotech came before Sharper?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
But it was Clinton that started,
that would have been the start of everything with the
Okay.
golf ball.
okay. And how does Cootie fit into this?
Well, Cootie is Shopper, that's what started
Okay.
them.
Okay, okay.
In fact, they probably started just about the same time that my cousin started
Okay.
with Carlson.
Okay.
Of course, with the name Carlson, we were called Cosmo and Cosmic and
Yeah, yeah.
everything under the sun.
That's cool.
Where did the name come from?
Well, that's a story too. As I say, my cousin's name was Clint Carlson, and when he was a real, well, almost a baby, when he first could talk, he would call himself Kiki Carlson. And so when he came to, older and was going to start a company, he couldn't think of a name, but Carlson, there's so many Carlsons
Okay,
around
okay,
here, he
yes.
didn't, too common, he wanted something special, and his mother says, well, why don't you use your baby talk way of saying Carlson, call
Huh.
it Carlson.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's incredible. Very good question. I love that question. That's
Because
good.
we were called Cosmo and Cosmic and
Yes.
all kinds of things. Coso.
Okay.
Yeah, most people read it, and, oh, that's Coso. And I
Yeah.
guess that would be the proper way to read it, but anyway.
and the rest of the box is mostly similar documents where it's just memos,
Yeah.
numbers that highlights the top, manufacturing company, merchandising and price lists, different years of, actually it's all merchandising and price lists from 72 back to 68 to 66, so
Just-
numbers.
That just amazes me that they got all this.
Yeah.
That's why I think that whoever it was that was supplying you had kept the copy, kept the yellow copy, the back, gave you the good one, and then had it all in a file somewhere.
How does it look like on the address today where the facilities were? Is it over on the
Edina or
Suburbs?
Eden
Well,
Prairie?
we were in St. Louis Park.
Mm.
Uh, Shopper was in Golden Valley.
Okay.
In fact, I don't know if you ever remember the White House restaurant that was out there.
No, that's
It was on Highway 55. They were in behind that at first, then they moved out by Medicine Lake.
okay.
And they had a good-sized factory there and the offices and all that. So when they bought us, that's where we moved to,
Okay.
was out there. Carson, we were on Wayzata Boulevard. You remember the McCarthy's restaurant?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but I can kind of visualize taking
Kinda
Wayzata
think.
Boulevard out west.
Yeah. Well, now there's big office buildings there.
Is the building still not there then, or?
No, it was torn down. There's a Holiday Inn Express just on the north side of the highway, but you can't see it much from 394 because there's a hill there. But no, those buildings were all torn down. And
Are we talking about like 394 and 100 or 169?
west of 100.
West of 100, okay.
On the left, there's that big hotel as you're going west. I can't remember the name of that.
Yeah, it might be even be a double tree,
Yeah, I think it is a double tree.
so.
And then just a little farther west, oh, there's a bridge there for a railway track. And then we were just on the west side of that railway track.
Okay.
And they called it Wayzata Boulevard, but actually where 394 is, was the real Wayzata Boulevard. We were kind of a service road for Wayzata Boulevard.
Okay.
Mm.
We moved out there and, well, I started working for him at 50, I guess it would have been 51 we moved out there. There was nothing but swamp out behind us, and a lot of peat bogs out there, a long time ago.
What was the park again? We called
St.
it
Louis Park.
St. Louis Park, yes, I think I wrote that on my paper.
That's the first line of, the first ring of suburbs.
Okay, now I'm
St.
not
Louis
really
Park
familiar with,
Golden Valley.
I've been there a couple of times, but I'm lost.
It's kind of a fancy suburb.
That's good.
It's a nice
Good,
suburb.
good,
That part of it is
Good.
very nice.
Good, good. Have you ever been at the Swedish American Institute?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I've only been there a couple times.
Shouldn't we have an exhibition there?
Probably
Yeah.
should.
Yes,
Probably
I think
should.
so.
Yeah.
This stuff.
They just, made a big addition on that.
Yes, I talked to them about that, but they think I'm a lunatic.
Oh, well,
I can assure you I am. So.
I'm sure they would have thought the same about us.
Nah, I think we have to do something about that. I'm working on that, so. Huh. I have a name down there, and I have pulled some other strings. I have to continue to do it
Yeah,
some way.
that would be nice.
Yes, because what I think they do there, they embrace a lot of old Swedish history, like wood carving.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that stuff,
Well,
but I think this is significant. Here you have more or less created a new sport, and then it takes over
Of
the.
course, it was started here.
Yes.
And then went to Sweden
Yes,
and then
that-
came back.
yes, that's why it's so incredible.
Yeah.
So, I'll try to work on that in some way to see what happens.
They do a lot with dishware too, sets of plates and
Yes, yes,
all that stuff.
yes.
I've got, who is it? Those blue plates, have you ever seen those with the,
Rörstrand, probably.
every year they come out, for at
Yes.
Christmas time. with
Could be a Danish brand too. I think the Danes have something that my wife collected.
However, I think mine are, or ours was, maybe it was Norwegian.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my wife collected blue Danish plates that she
Yeah.
had a lot of years on, but
Yeah,
otherwise.
I know the Danish had blue plates,
Yeah,
but I think Sweden did too.
that could be too. I'm not fully updated, so.
Because my wife always had these little red horses too from
Yes.
Sweden.
Gala has that. I think I have one or two at home. One white and one red.
No, I've got
So,
a bunch of red. I think I got a blue one.
okay, that's good. I plan to go over there in I think 7 weeks or something like
Oh,
that. I have to see my grandmother. Was this my card?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we should return, you're gonna get.
Yes,
copies
I want
of
to
these?
I want to have copies of 2 things. I want to have this rules, and I want to have, what in the world is the other stuff? I don't know.
What was it? Is it a brochure or?
I thought I had something else, but that's fine. That's fine. I think this is super.
That rule book I had with me, that orange one,
Yes.
I think I might have another one of those.
No, that's yours. Would not in the world. I'll take a copy of this. But you can't destroy it, okay?
Oh, I'm not
No.
going to destroy it, no.
Burn it.
My kids aren't interested in it. Well, my one son-in-law, he saves old Carlson stuff,
Okay.
our old bowling shirts and old catalogs.
You think it was in the second
Now,
folder?
maybe I want to see that first, the thing I took picture of too. I think that would be a great thing to have. The first with the Tom
Harder?
Harder on. Yes, harder.
I guess I put it in backwards anyways, so that's good.